This is it. Welcome, my friends, back to another talking head about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Maybe you saw that trailer. You saw, wow, that powerful PlayStation 5 and its SSD is pretty impressive. Never played them, but it looks interesting. Or maybe you played the PS4 game. Maybe you played all of them. Doesn't matter. Maybe you want to know more. That's why you're here. Let's talk about more. Let's talk about Nefarious. But first, if you're looking for more, subscribe, hit the bell, plenty more coming, and check the playlist in the description as well. We got plenty more of these Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart videos, as well as other Ratchet and Clank videos, as well as other video game related things that are fun and cool. Anyways, Nefarious. If you don't know who Nefarious is, well, I'm gonna spoil Up Your Arsenal, the PS2 game, as well as some of the PS3 games here. If you did not finish the Future Trilogy on the PS3, you might want to skip through this real quick. Nefarious, introduced in Up Your Arsenal as Quark's arch nemesis, basically. Quark bullied him in school and defeated him, and he turned into a robot, and now he's trying to make all organic matter robots. He makes a bio-obliterator that does just that, turns organic life into robots. At the end of the game, you defeat him and he gets sent away on an asteroid. So skip ahead to the PS3 future games again if you want to skip past this. Please do. Nefarious comes back on that asteroid and he wants revenge. He decides to take over the Great Clock and alter time and try to just take over the universe. But then Ratchet and Clank defeat him and he died. You kill Nefarious and he's dead and he's gone forever until Sony was like, wait, no he's not, bring him back, he's not dead. So he came back for All For One. So Nefarious is a playable character in All For One and works with Ratchet and Clank and Quark and kind of starts to bond with them and has a fond memory of them and kind of shows feelings for them. So now here we are in Rift Apart, which we've established is more than likely a continuation of Into the Nexus, the last game in the storyline. And back to that Nefarious and not the one that we had left off with in the PS4 game. Like, it is the same Nefarious, but it's not like directly after that. It's confusing. Well, you might be wondering, well, isn't Nefarious kind of a softie now? Why is he turning so evil all of a sudden, turning back to his evil ways? Well, Insomniac uploaded the trailer to their YouTube channel, and in the description, it says the intergalactic adventurers are back with a bang in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Help them take on a robotic emperor working overtime, Nefarious, to wipe out organic life, just like Up Your Arsenal, with their own universe next in the firing line. So that implies this Nefarious villain in Rift Apart is not the same Nefarious that we are familiar with. This is a completely new Dr. Nefarious from a different dimension. So that explains why he shows no remorse. All For One never happened to this Nefarious. That leads me to wonder, will our beloved Nefarious come back in this game and there'll be two Nefariouses and they're gonna duke it out? He's gonna be like, no, these guys are pretty chill. Cut it out, man. And he's like, no, man, you don't get it. You became a softie. You're squishy. They're gonna make a joke about that. He's gonna be like, you're getting squishy inside or whatever. Did I lose you? So this is an alternate dimension Nefarious. We see this city, which I've explained in the other two videos about it, with the continuation of the storyline and the female Lombax. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll put them up there. Check the description as well. But I established that the city that Nefarious has taken over is most likely planet Igliac, Meridian City. So that dimension that Clank lands in with that female Lombax, is that just another one of the dimensions, or is that potentially the dimension where it all started with this Nefarious? And is that female Lombax from that same dimension, or did she fall through these portals as well and also ended up there and found Clank? We don't know. There's really... couldn't tell you. But something to think about. You'll see the wanted posters for a Lombax, just kind of a generic Lombax figure. So you'd imagine Nefarious does know about this Lombax and probably wasn't recently introduced to her and probably has known about her for a while. So you wonder, did maybe this female Lombax have a similar story of Up Your Arsenal happen, but she failed? Or maybe she wasn't around yet? And Nefarious won in Up Your Arsenal and has got an empire from turning people into robots. And now all those years have gone by since Up Your Arsenal, and now he's developed potentially dimensional portals after all this time. I'll talk about that in a second. Has she just been she's been like the only rebellious person? Like, if that's the case, I would imagine she kind of has like an underground rebellion, you know? And she's maybe not the only one. Maybe she's the only Lombax still, but maybe not. Again, like I said in the video about her more specifically, this is definitely not the Lombax dimension, but this is a completely different dimension where maybe her Lombax family and generations of Lombaxes never left to a different dimension. Maybe they're all still there. Again, going back to that art book reference where they say the Kragmites have taken over the Lombax society. Maybe they changed it and now Nefarious and his robotic empire has taken over the Lombax society and she's the only one that's escaped potentially. Wow, this definitely really goes hand in hand with the last video I did about the female Lombax. So if you haven't seen that, again, check that out. But anyways, this game is about dimensions. Nefarious apparently has got a hand on dimensional portals somehow. Maybe after all this time, he developed it on his own. Entirely possible. But if we're taking notes from A Crack in Time, again, spoiler warning, he just kind of stole it. However, he couldn't really recreate it without the Sony, because they were the ones that kind of made it possible. Whereas dimensional portals, he didn't really need another like kind of superpower being. He could have just done that himself, so who knows. But what we're all assuming is that he has the Lombax Dimensionator. Now at first, I was a little skeptical on if this is the work of the Dimensionator, because if you'll recall, when it was introduced in Tools of Destruction, when you use it, it makes like a white bluish ring with like a wavy portal that you can like step through, and it's like a bunch of like smoke and stuff. That is not what's in Rift Apart. However, referencing Into the Nexus, the only other time I think that the Dimensionator is used, spoiler warning for like all of Into the Nexus by the way here. So Vendra, Neft, and Prong make their own Dimensionator. So again, proof that you can make your own Dimensionator. Maybe that's what Nefarious did. But anyways, that one, when they use it, it makes like a purple spiral portal instead this time. Now at the end of the game, again spoiler warning for the end of the game specifically, Ratchet and Clank go get the original Dimensionator in the museum on planet Igliak, and then they use that, and that also makes like a purple spiral spinny thing. So I guess they just changed it, and then in this PS5 game, they just made it look better. And not just kind of like a texture, because you actually have to travel through it and look through it, so that would make sense. So yeah, sure. It's the Dimensionator. It's purple now. I guess they made it purple Into the Nexus. But given the fact that Vendra and Neftin made their own, I kind of suspect that, yeah, maybe Nefarious did make his own. Something I will add about the Dimensionator, we do not know particularly if it jumps through time. I don't think so. I'm pretty positive it doesn't have anything to do with time. Again, that is very much what the Sony do and Orvis, and that was their whole ordeal, the whole Great Clock. That's all about time. I don't think just anybody can make a device that jumps through time. However, there is one part in the trailer where you're on a grind rail section in this nighttime cavernous place. I believe it's Monolith Fields from A Crack in Time. I'm actually positive it is. Solely based on this one structure that is identical to the one shown in A Crack in Time in that level. But anyways, you're grinding through that section at nighttime. You go through like a level or two, and at one point you're riding a dragon or some flying creature, and you fly through another cavernous place. And if you notice, the grind rails that you were just on were right down there, and that same giant robot that was off to the right side is now on your left side. But it's daytime now. So you might be thinking, oh, they just time travel to a different time in this planet. Well, no, not exactly. It's just an alternative version of the planet. As Insomniac did confirm, there will be alternate versions of planets. They even teased ones for Going Commando. Supposedly somebody mentioned that and they like to tweet about it. So we might be seeing levels beyond the future trilogy in the Polaris galaxy. But really, it's just an alternative version of this planet, so it's just in this alternative universe. Maybe when the planet was created, back when how planets get created, it got hit by an asteroid and its rotation around the sun, or the spinning of the planet was altered, and it is just at a nighttime position now. So I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just nighttime in this dimension, but it's not really a separate point in time. Anyways, given the cliffhanger of Into the Nexus, where they put down the original Dimensionator and it's broken, cliffhanger, Clank steals it, assuming that he's gonna fix it for Ratchet to find the Lombaxes. Well, how does that come into play here if Nefarious made his own, or did he get his hands on that potentially? I don't think so, because again, this is an alternate dimension Nefarious. He probably doesn't even know about that broken one that Clank's fixing. Unless potentially they use it and end up in the wrong place and find this Nefarious and they steal it from him. Just an idea. But I don't know, since this is an alternate Nefarious, I would imagine he either got it from maybe the female Lombax, maybe she's the Alistair of that dimension and she was the keeper, or something, and she screwed up and Nefarious got it. Or maybe he just made his own. He probably just made his own. Honestly, it can be done. It's proven. Yeah, lots of unknowns here. Definitely lots of unknowns. I will definitely keep you updated as Insomniac kind of slowly leaks out more information. If there's anything big, I'll make a video about it, but anything like just kind of small details, I'll post about it here on the community section of this YouTube channel. And again, Discord, join our Discord. We're very active on there all the time, as well as my Twitch. Please join us on Twitch. Twitch is great. I'm loving Twitch. Lots of Ratchet and Clank games happening on there. The whole URCP, 100% Ratchet and Clank, all of the games. I haven't even started going commando as the time that I'm recording this, so jump in if you want to catch that, or Up Your Arsenal will be shortly after. I hope to see you there in the Discord and on Twitch. Again, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. What do you think Nefarious is going to do? How do you think he's going to come into play with this game? Let me know your thoughts all about Nefarious and the Dimensionator, and if that is what it is, or if you made it. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear. So subscribe and hit the bell and like and comment. I'll see y'all soon. Plenty more where this came from. Subscribe for more Ratchet and Clank, other gaming content in general. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for your time. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Peace.